Welcome, everybody, to
The PB&J show.
the PB&J Show. This episode of the PB&J Show, with where we highlight databases from the GoWild.net portal provided by the Wyoming State Library. I'm Paige Bradenkamp. I'm the e-resources and school library consultant at the Wyoming State Library. I'm the PB to the
And I'm,
PB&J.
yes, and I am Joanne Pruitt, the Youth Services Consultant at the Wyoming State Library, and I am the J to the PB&J. And this webinar, we're going to focus specifically on the database Culturegrams, and I can't wait to get into it. But before we do, I want you to hear a little jingle that our, our wonderful team created. So enjoy, everyone.
Today is a good day for PB&J.
Yeah. So, Culturegrams, before we get into it, before we begin, we need to start at the very beginning, which is how to log on. There's been a lot of confusion or a lot of kind of changes with this, so I'll let Paige go into that.
Thank you. Yes. So this year, starting July 1st, we had a change in authentication measures for all of our University of Wyoming provided databases. So everything that UW provides on our GoWild.net platform now requires a library card to access. If you are anywhere, like a school, a library, home, on the road, if you're on a community college campus or the campus of the University of Wyoming, you don't need a library card, you still have open access. Our Wyoming State Library funded resources are still open access in schools and in libraries, but you will continue to need a library card in order to access them if you're at home or anywhere else besides a school or library. So again,
And
UW provided resources have that little bucking bronco logo next to them. The state library provided resources have WSL.
perfect. And so Paige has thrown around some big smart words like authentication process. But really, it's a fancy name for logging in. We're used to logging into our computers, onto our phones, our emails. It is just another login with your library card number and PIN. This is a screenshot of what that login looks like. So don't be afraid. You don't need to back away slowly. This is simple. It's just an extra step. It is more clicks, but it'll get you where you want to go. Our three main goals for today's Culturegrams webinar are to navigate Culturegrams with a live demo that Paige will go through. I will go through partnerships and teen-specific programming using Culturegrams. And then the extra is I will share those different programming plans, handouts, and everything will be good to go. It's set, it's ready to go.
Awesome. Thank you, Joanne.
You're welcome, PB. So navigating Culturegrams, I will hand it over to Paige.
Okay. So here we are at Culturegrams, and we're signed in, and this is where it brings us. This is the homepage to Culturegrams. You'll see here they offer World Edition, they offer Kids Edition, States Edition, and then provinces, so Canada and territories. If you're
Canada,
interested,
eh?
Canada, eh?
Eh?
That could be fun to explore.
Eh?
Okay, I don't know why I got an Italian accent when I say Canada, but so.
That would be the World Edition page.
Well, the states, if you're in maybe Massachusetts or New Jersey. So I'm going to go into the states edition, speaking of, and because I just had a fantastic time in Massachusetts and Rhode Island.
Favorite thing you ate?
Oh my gosh, did I tell you about the lobster rolls I had?
Yes.
So here you can click on a state, or you can go down through the list and also get to the state's information via that. But you can check out what features are included with these state informations. There's recipes for every state. It highlights major league sports teams, the
Interesting.
new Native America category, so highlighting indigenous peoples of different states, new cultural notes. Also, you can create your own data tables, which include things like population, median age.
And I go through that. That's a great teaser. I go through that later in our
Oh, then I'm
different.
not going to say any more about
Yeah,
that.
no, save that for later.
You can listen to the state bird songs. So
What?
Rhode Island, I know your bird is a chicken, so that would be fun to hear. But you can also print county maps. There's a flag gallery if you want to know what flag represents each state. Seasonal climate information. Are you looking to move to Washington? What's their temperature? What's their average temperature? And then you can
Wet.
email stuff. Wet, pretty much.
Yep.
So let's go on over here. I'm going to pop over to Massachusetts. Oh, the Bay State. Interesting. Established in 1788.
Can you tell me what that lake name is, please?
What lake?
Right, that Lake Chargo. Did you know? It's under Did you know?
Oh.
Please, please go ahead, Paige.
So there, you had to be listening. I'm glad you were listening.
Yeah.
So it's also called Lake Webster, but it is the longest name of a lake in North America.
There you go.
Basketball was invented in Massachusetts.
There we go.
And Massachusetts also has excellent lobster rolls. So it's not mentioned here, but I am sending in a note to them.
You
to,
do know from personal experience.
I do. I can
Yes.
attest to that.
Mhm.
So here's their flag. You can also print a PDF of their flag. So that's a fun feature. Also, let's go to recipes. Let's see
Are
what
there
they
lobster
highlight.
rolls in there?
Let's find out, Joanne.
I feel like lobster rolls needs to be, supporting this message, or
I feel like it too. I feel like this is a great commercial for
it
lobster
is.
rolls.
It's a wonderful message for lobster rolls.
So New England clam chowder. That is yummy. I also had some of that in Massachusetts, and it goes through all of the directions, what you need for clam chowder, and Boston baked beans. Huh, like who would have thought? Well, I guess Boston is known as Beantown, so that makes sense. Actually, one thing I did not have when I was in Boston. Huh,
Missed out apparently, but now you can
I
make
guess.
it
Now I
because
can
you
make
have
it.
the recipe.
That is right. So yeah, so that is recipes from Massachusetts. And each state has recipes that are representative of the state, whether it be from their agricultural exports or just something that they're really known for. Here are Red Sox. Okay, here on the cultural notes, there's a little bit about Red Sox because Boston Red Sox. But also it talks about climate, geography, resources, and economy. There's a timeline of their history. And then as you can see, just some different features that highlight some of the important aspects of that particular state in different times. Their motto, which is in Latin, but translated means by the sword we seek peace, but peace only under liberty. And this applies to all of the states that are here. And then quick facts, population of Boston is 7,136,171. I think that's actually the population of Massachusetts. The capital just is Boston, which is several times more than the population of Wyoming.
Yes.
So that is, I won't even go into graphs and tables, but that is just a little bit about states. One other, I'll go into Kids Edition here because this is a fun one as well. And it's set up a little differently because obviously kids, but very similar and a lot of the same features. Let's click on, oh gosh, maybe Asia. Let's do that. Let's look at Asia. Oh, and look, so this is all Asia. Let's click on Thailand. Wow, Thailand is amazing. So this also goes down. There's a menu on the left side, and it talks about a lot of the same features. But down here, there's a lifestyle section, and that includes games and sports, holidays, food, schools, and a really cool feature, life as a kid. And this talks about what they might experience in Thailand or in the country that you're looking at. And it shows pictures of kids, which is really, really cool. Kids help around the house with cooking or cleaning. I wonder if they say that for all of the countries and states. That would be interesting to find out.
I wonder if parents wrote this, like, kids help around, or they should. Do your chores, kids. They do their
But
chores in Thailand. Let's do it here in Wyoming.
good point, Joanne.
Yeah.
So also they do again talk about schools and what it's like for schools there. Public education is free for 12 years, not unlike here. Students are required to attend for 9 years. Most schools start at 8 a.m. and usually end around 4. So that's kind of fun for kids to explore and find out more about, especially when you're talking about a country halfway around the world.
Right.
They might be surprised to find that things are very similar to the way they are here.
Mhm.
Um, and then getting around, and this is in society. So this is something that is unique to the kids edition as well. How do you get around in Thailand? And Thailand, as you can see, is a kingdom of Thailand.
Mhm.
And yeah, they talk about what's very popular as a mode of transportation in the country, including here in Thailand, they have tuk-tuks, which are three-wheeled motorized taxis, and those are very fun. You can see some very super decorated tuk-tuks in Thailand. This is
Super fun.
yeah. So it's kind of different than our mode of transportation here. We don't have these fun tuk-tuks, but
We'd get blown away if we were
oh, we
in a
would.
tuk-tuk.
I know in Wyoming,
Just,
definitely.
oh.
Well, and also traffic in Thailand travels on the left side of the road versus the right side, like we do here. So that's kind of a fun thing. You can also notice here there are slideshows, interviews with people from the country that you're looking at, as well as full reports and videos, air and water travel. So there's a lot of neat features to Culturegrams and a lot of fun things for kids to dive into to find out more about different cultures, different countries, different states. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good overview. Did I miss anything, Joanne, before I turn it back over to you?
Nope. I do know that when 10th grade English used to be world literature, I that was the grade that I taught, and I had my students do um, a world, like they had to choose a country in Kenya, or sorry, Kenya is a country in Africa, and they had to write a report on that country. And a lot of the um, different topics they had to cover were based on culturegrams. So, as a previous teacher, I have used culturegrams a lot. It's great because you know that these sources are reliable sources and not just Wikipedia or not just somebody writing whatever they feel like, but these are reliable, valid sources. And it's very specific. So you know that if you have to do a project on Thailand, all you have to do is click on Thailand and you're not, you know, talking about this product or sponsored pages or whatever. At least it's all cohesive in one safe space, in one database, which is Culturegrams.
You're absolutely right. This is all curated information, and you can cite it as a source,
Mhm,
but it's reliable, it's timely, it's updated
mhm.
constantly. And so, yeah, it's an excellent resource to use in class with kids, and yeah, it's available with your library card.
Yep. And at the bottom there, page, if you could scroll down,
Let's
sorry.
scroll back down. Yeah.
The generate citation, that's one thing that was like money right there for students because back in my day, we used to have to create our citations by hand based off of the book that we had from the library. But this all ready populates or generates the citation either in MLA or APA, depending on what class you need it for. So you can just copy it, paste it on your Word document, and you're ready to go.
Yes, it is a great feature. And they have infographics,
Yes.
which is also nice. Okay, so should I turn this? Oh, look, I accidentally clicked on recipes.
No, I
Darn.
think Paige might be hungry.
I think I may be.
Getting snackish.
So I'm going to turn it over to Joanne to share how you can utilize this in your programming. And she has a lot of neat ideas and some wonderful handouts to go along with it. So I will stop sharing.
Can you see the
Yes.
Culturegrams? Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, so we just went through how to get into Culturegrams and the different tools that are available there, the different ways you can access it. Now I'm going to go into more programming specifics of Culturegrams with an idea that I came up with. But before we get into that, I just want to go into different partnerships. I always try to connect the community with the programming and how you can utilize your community resources because they're out there. We just have to figure out how we can use that or how we can work together. So here are some ideas for the specific Culturegrams programming. Different local restaurants you can get in contact with, and this will make more sense once I get into the specifics of programming, but you can reach out to your local restaurants, grocery stores, because snacks are always important and it always pulls people in. Like Paige was getting snacky earlier. Maybe I need to give her a snack. But you can snack time. You can also reach out to your schools. Oh, she has a snack. She came prepared. Your ESL, your English as a second language teachers, language instructors in the school. My son just started 7th grade and he just started taking French. So you could reach out to those teachers as well, see what they can do to add to your programming. You can reach out to local cultural organizations, heritage clubs, local ambassadors. I know here in Cheyenne, we have a really big Phil-Am, which is Filipino American, like organizational group, and they host a Filipino Christmas party every year. But it used to be a potluck, and I guess getting in contact with those kinds of groups, those groups are always super excited to share what they know and to share their culture. So that would be a great resource to reach out to and to figure out what is available in your community. Art centers, museums, galleries, local radio stations, community media or public TV, colleges, international student clubs. So if there's a French student club, a lot of teens think that college students are the coolest people, cooler than us. Who knew? So reach out to those college kids because they would probably think that it would be a great boost to their ego as well. And travel agencies or local tourism bureaus. Just some ideas of community involvement that you can get. So here is the program. It's around the world in an afternoon, and each patron, or I made this specific to teens because that's where we seem to have a gap for programming is teens. And so each teen would get a mini passport. And Paige, are you still able to see myself? So are you able to see this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I've created these passports and it keeps blacking me out. There we are. And this will be available later, but it's just a printable passport and it has different sections. And it's just a single sided printout that you can fold and it folds correctly. It took me forever to figure that folding out, so please use this. But each patron gets this at the start of the program. Then they'll get to travel to different country stations and complete an activity or some kind of game, or even a taste testing and collect a stamp. So if you can look closely here,
Yes,
Let me,
no long customs lines any longer.
no.
Just put your own stamp on and go.
Yeah, you got it. So for example, this is Kenya and there's a space here for a stamp. And I tried to make this as simple and ready to go as possible. So instead of an actual like rubber stamp, which would be super fun, I created these cutouts, these printable cutouts that you would be able to tape. Wait, hold on, sorry. Let's try and get this. There we go. That you'd be able to tape onto the passports. So there's different ones. This one is for Kenya. Here's our Mexico stamp. And then here is the stamp for Japan. So those are 3 different, spoiler alerts, those are 3 different countries we're visiting. So, and then our last one is global games, and I'll go into that at the very end. But first off, you would probably start with an introduction. Oh, Paige has something there. What is that, Paige?
This is Kaya.
Kaya the crane?
Oh my gosh, Kaya has a friend. Oh no.
Oh, there we
Ah,
go. I know
kind
it
of
keeps,
there.
yes. And what is that? It kind of
This
keeps going in and
is
out.
Tori the turtle that we're not able to really see.
So as you
Oh,
can,
there we
there we
go. Tori the
go.
turtle. Because it's green, I think it's harder to
It's
see.
harder to see.
Ooh, Tori the
Paige and I
turtle.
had a lot of fun testing these origami animals out. We wanted to make sure, and we kept having to explain to people in our office, I promise this is for work. We have the best job ever. So our first station is Japan, and through this station, you'll get to make either a simple origami, crane, or turtle. Just practicing this morning, Paige and I noticed right away that the crane is the simpler of the 2 origami projects, and the turtle was a lot more time intensive and folding intensive. So if you are short
Super
on time,
cute.
it is super cute. If you're short on time, I would suggest just sticking to the origami crane. If you have, but I'm sure teens of all different levels would love to try one or the other. So have both options.
Thinner
Um,
paper works better too. The thicker the paper, the harder
the
the
harder it
folds,
is, yes.
especially with the turtle.
But you can also read on Culturegrams, you can read about how origami plays a role in wedding engagements, which I didn't know about until I found this out on Culturegrams. I won't go into that. You'll have to look at it on your own. So check it out on Culturegrams. Another part of the Japan station is I know that some people or people learn differently. So I have created like origami crane and turtle printouts with instructions that you can have on the station, as well as YouTube videos, which is what Paige and I followed this morning when we successfully completed it. We have our Japan stamps. We completed it. We did good. Good
Yes, I
job.
want my passport
There
stamped.
you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So next up, and we didn't prepare for this one. We should have brought snacks. Again, it's the food. This is where you can get in contact with your local grocery stores or your local restaurants, specifically your Mexican restaurants, and ask them, hey, would you provide, if we put out that this is from whatever Mexican restaurant, would you provide the nachos for this or whatever? Or would one of your cooks like to come in and just do a demonstration so we know how to cook this? That would be so much fun. I would do that because food
Mhm.
always. But you can have it pre-made, or you can have it made, or you can have somebody come there and do a demonstration. And you can read the diet information on Culturegrams, pass out the food, have recipe cards printed out, and just enjoy food and the culture of it. So that would be Mexico. And next up is Kenya. So Kenya, this one, so we're trying to do a different take on each thing. So Japan is like you're making something. Mexico, you're tasting something. And then Kenya, you're going to learn how to speak something. So the national language of Kenya is Swahili. And you can pull up the Kahoot Swahili games and flashcards and then play a Kahoot game with your patrons. For those of you that don't know what Kahoot is or that are unfamiliar with it, it's a pre-made, do you say database? Pre-made like website. And you can type in anything. Like you can do Disney princesses and it'll pull up flashcards and pre-made games for Disney princesses, in our case, Swahili phrases. And people can log in using a QR code, or it'll also give you like a website with a little like phrase or something passcode to get in to that specific one, and it's live. So people will log in, they create their own names, and here's the cool like when I was a high school teacher, sometimes kids can be shocking, I know. Sometimes they can be inappropriate. And even if they would say type in a word as their like name as like poop. Let's say they tried to put in poop as their name. Um,
No, they'd never.
no, they would never.
But
That
just in case
those
someone did.
angels would never. Um, my kids definitely would, and they've tried. So when they try to do that, Kahoot has thought of everything, and it will automatically replace the inappropriate word or name with something like dancing zebras. And so that's the name it'll pop up as. And then it's a trivia game. So you gain points by doing it the fastest, by doing it correctly, and it's interactive. So it's live and interactive on their phones or on their pads. They'll say, like, what's the Swahili word for hello or jambo? And then it gives you options like, is it a red circle for jambo? And then they'll just click on it and then it'll pop up right away like Paige got it in zero point 0.2 seconds and got it correct. She has 3 points. And then there's a podium that it'll show you with like confetti, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
I've played on Kahoot before, and I agree, it is fun, and I'm excited to try the Swahili.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and it's easy.
It is easy,
It's easy to
and
access and
you don't
use.
have to create it yourself. It's already there, so that's less time for you and more fun time for the patrons. So that is Kenya. And the last bonus station is the global game station. You can have trivia using Culturegrams data charts, which is what Paige was talking about previously. And you can have different trivia questions like, what country is the highest population under the age 18? And let the teens use Culturegrams on their devices to find those answers. And you can have raffles, again with snacks, because why not? And candy, or you can have cultural bookmarks that you create ahead of time, or a world map poster. For the candy, this is where you can talk with or try to get a partnership with your grocery stores, because they typically will have like a international section, right? In the grocery store, I know even at Walmart they have like an international food section. But even candy like the high chews, those are great because they're inexpensive. Kids love them. They're originally from Japan, and they're free from most allergens because it's just like a soft, chewy candy. So they don't have gluten, and they don't have nuts in it, which is like one of the two biggest allergens. So just a little plug for high chews. My kids love them. I love them. Use them.
And they're yummy.
And they're yummy. Yeah.
It's
And
food.
they come in a lot of fun different flavors too. And you can get them at Walmart. So lastly, all the freebies. Um, this is a larger image of the passport. And again, it's just a single-sided printed on normal size printer paper. And then you fold it and it folds correctly. I'm just so proud of that. Pat on the back. It folds correctly, everyone. It's all right. And then these over here are the different stamps or stickers that you'll use for each country.
Love those stamps. Those are
Thanks.
so cool
They
looking.
were fun to make. And here are the program plans or guides that you can print out for yourself to use later. But this is for the librarians to use. This is my version of like teacher guides or lesson plans, and it really just explains what each station has, what you need to do, and has all the QR codes for you that you can copy or print out, and that way it'll link you to the correct pages. And this has all of the QR codes for everything I mentioned, like the origami printouts that you'll need, the different recipe cards that you can print out, and the comparison guides that you can use for trivia as well as the Kahoot.
And remember, to access Culturegrams, you will need your library card and pen.
Yes, don't forget, authentication really just means login. Just log in, it's fine. It'll be okay.
A library card accesses so many things.
Yes.
So we got to plug a library card anyways. Everyone should have a library card.
And library card sign up month is September. So
That's
look at
right.
that. Look at that. Get your library
Coincidence?
card today. We planned that perfectly. So here are the resources as well as this presentation. But I do know that once we have this video, this webinar up, we will have a link to all of those, so it won't get lost in the cloud. You'll still be able to access it. If you do have any questions, or if you would like further programming ideas or help, that's what Paige and I are here for. We're here to support and help and collaborate and all the fun things and snacks. Will you take?
Yes. Lobster
But
rolls.
yeah, lobster rolls for Paige, high chews for me. Yeah.
It's a complete meal.
But there's Paige's email that you can contact her. It's down there with one of the purple beautiful arrows, and then my email is down there as well. So feel free to reach out to one, both. All the complaints, reach out to Paige. All the compliments, reach out to Joanne.
I see what you did there, Joanne. Oh,
Ah,
Rhonda, so do we have this program set up for the younger children?
yes. So you can definitely like scale this back to younger kids by using the kids edition that Paige mentioned previously. Um, the biggest difference that I've noticed between the older kids and the younger kids is younger kids on the kids edition, it's much more user friendly. Like there's less clicks and it's simpler. Um, so you can definitely use this for younger kids as well. Origami is the only one that may be a little difficult for their like motor skills depending on the age range. But you can always find a simpler origami tutorial or animal or
A
thing.
snake. Maybe an origami snake.
Maybe something like
An
that. I'm
eel.
sure. Yes, but if you would like to, I can help you with that. I can always, there's Paige's crane. But
Yeah.
feel free to reach out if you wanted a specific thing, and we can work on that to make it for younger audiences as well. Because it's doable. We just got to flesh it out a little more.
Yeah, this is a great jumping off place. You have some ideas. You talked about appealing to different senses like taste, um, tactile, hands, feel,
Mm-hmm.
as well as sound. And I mean, you can really run with this and
You
do
can.
a lot more with um, countries. You know, they had songs, state songs, country songs, the
Mm-hmm.
flags. There's art you can do.
And I
I-
do know on the Culturegrams Kids side of it, there were they had audio clips, so they would have various phrases in their language that you could play, and it would play it in that native tongue. And that was something that my high school students had fun with because we would try and guess, like, okay, here's the phrase, how do you think you would pronounce it? And then we would play it and we were always completely off, but it made for a fun, a fun
Yes.
class session.
So yeah, that's a great idea. And this is being recorded and will be posted on the Wyoming State Library YouTube channel, as well as put in the webinar archives on the Wyoming State Library website. So it will
Yes.
be available and it's free to use and view and share. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Joanne or me. And
Again, complaints to Paige, compliments to Joanne.
so I will
But
forward your complaints to Joanne. So, no, but thank you all for joining us.
yes,
And
thank you. And hopefully this was helpful and fun. We just and before we leave, our plug for our next webinar is Chilton Library. Thank you for tuning in for the PB&J show and hope to catch you next time.
bye now.
Bye.
Today is a good day for PB&J. Yeah!